Y'all gotta hurry up. Let's go. Get up. Stop letting them beat your ass. Jimmy, wake up. Jimmy, get up. No, Jim. Come on, man. Get up, Jimmy. Here. Get up, Jimmy. Move. Let's go. Here. Come on, Jay. Let's fucking go. Now. Come on. Ah! Kick out.
He low blow.
Yeah! Let's fucking go. Let's go. Yeah. Oh, them boys hurt.
Why you checking on Solo?
Them boys hurt, don't they? Oh, they tingling. They tingling. Them boys is hurting. Them boys is hurting, honey. Let's fucking go. Come on. Get it done. Come on, Jay. Do it. Oh, God. Oh, God. Come on. Somebody pin him. Do something. He gonna... Come on. Come on. Get him. Come on. Let's go. Count it. Count it. Hell yeah. That's what I'm talking about. Yeah. Hell yeah.
It's 6:34. I told you this shit was gonna go 3 hours.
Shut up, Jerry. My mother is freaking out. My mother is freaking out. She is freaking out. Oh my God. Mommy. Relax. You can't even talk. You just screaming.
Hey. Watch the vocal cords in there.
Ooh, right in the balls. Oh my God. Okay, y'all. I just want to make sure ain't no nefarious intent going on here. Civil War. You did good, kids. You did good. Wowzers. Okay. Ooh, Roman is seething.
Be all right.
Hello? I told you he would. Why are you surprised by that? That's crazy. Like, they really let him in there. Well, yeah. No.
EO did. EO.
EO Scott. She deserved to win, if you ask me. What match was after that? All right. They didn't have. Oh, Seth and Finn. I get out. Okay, so. So should I rewind it back and watch it? I think you should. Okay, I will do that. Is that back?
No.
Okay. Can you just go check on them in 10 minutes before you leave? They really threw a monkey wrench in my plans today. I was trying to have a really chill day.
They always throwing a monkey wrench in somebody's plan. They always find a way to.
Logan, KJ, and Octavius, Nana want y'all. All right. Sorry, y'all. So, top commenters of the day goes to Pierre, Kayla, and okay, so what? So, we're going to get into the show. We're going to start from the beginning. They kicked off the show with the guys. This was the very first match of the show. It was fun. This match was high octane. It was a lot of shit going on. But ultimately, LA Knight and Damian Priest were the last two men standing, but Damian Priest is your Money in the Bank winner. Now, he was one of my picks. Did you get that? He was one of my picks. Okay? The Hubs is about to leave. Yeah, no. Please have fun and tell your brother I will have him a cake and him a cake soon.
All right.
Love you. Can I have my water?
Yeah, I'm gonna bring it up.
Okay. All right. So hold on, y'all. Hold on. It was a lot to unpack with Money in the Bank. Not gonna lie. A lot to unpack. But for the most part, Money in the Bank was lit. It was such a fun pay-per-view from start to finish. Every match was fun. You gotta love it. It was just so full of energy. And it was just, it just felt so right watching it. You know what I'm saying? Like, you watching it and it's going and you're not bored. I'll tell you where I had some issues at, where some complications came in at for me. Okay. So the men's Money in the Bank was up first. It was fun. They had a lot of good spots. Some of them were a little wonky, but for the most part, they was able to put out some really decent spots in that match. It was really fun to watch. Thank you, honey. Ricochet did what he always do, which is show up and show out. LA Knight had a real good showing in that match. Santos Escobar did excellent. Shinsuke was doing amazing things in that match. It was just a fun time watching it, okay? Now, the women's Money in the Bank is where things might get a little wonky for me. But for the most part, that match was great too. But I'm going to get into the rest of the Money in the Bank. match. So it wasn't until the end where you really got to see who was actually going to win in this match. But for the most part, it was really even kill. Even with Logan Paul, there was a spot with Logan Paul and Ricochet where they basically was in there. Ricochet did a Spanish fly off of the ropes and almost hurt himself. Thank you. Doing that match and almost hurt Logan Paul. They were not set in that match, and it was scary. I thought they was both hurt, but they was able to both protect themselves and win. I mean, and get themselves out the way for them to not hurt themselves the way that it looked. It looked worse than it was, if that makes sense. Okay, I'm talking to y'all when I'm trying to get these pictures because I didn't have a chance to get them because I was in here hollering at the TV, you know. So, but let me give y'all a couple of visuals from the men's Money in the Bank. If you missed it, and Santos Escobar came in there dressed in his traditional garb, and he looked so fucking cool. He looked so cool in that damn I loved it. He looked so cool. So I'm gonna show y'all Santos stuff in a second. Hold tight. Let me get it up. I got 8 messages in here, 8 comments to look at. I'm gonna look at them in just a second. I promise. Okay. Hold tight. So let me get the Money in the Bank stuff going for the men. Okay. Here we are. Yeah. Okay. So this match, like I said, it was really solid. I really liked it. This was my favorite match of the night. I liked it because it was high octane and there was a lot going on. And like I said, Santos looked great when he came out there, full on garb. Shinsuke had on his normal traditional gear. Butch came out there with a more with the white, red, and blue gear on. Well, it was white and red. Um, Damien had new gear, but it was simplistic. It was similar gear to what he always wear, but he had a new coat and hood. He looked decent. LA Knight always have a similar gear to all his other stuff, but it looked nice. It was black, and I think it had yellow or something on it. I can't right off remember, but this is initially how the match started. Ricochet, everybody was surrounding Logan Paul, and then they just beat the brakes off of him. This happened at least twice. He tried to team up with Damian Priest, but Damian Priest wasn't trying to feel that. And once he got the people that was in his way out the way, he took out Logan Paul later. And ultimately, it came down to Priest and LA Knight, like I said earlier, and LA Knight was not able to best Damian Priest, and he ended up becoming the Mr. Money in the Bank, or as he likes to call himself, Senor Money in the Bank. Okay. So let me get your comments in here. Hello. Hello. How are you doing? Hello. Definitely enjoyed the show. Lots of surprises, twists, and turns. A lot of twists. A lot of surprises. Hello. Hello. Top of the afternoon. Hello, Donnie. How are you? Um, hello. I know a couple people's ribs are screaming, very much so. There were spots in the men's Money in the Bank that looked they were done correctly, but it was so much fun to watch. Their match was cleaner, it was smoother, and it was a little bit more chaotic. There was always something going on in that match, and that's what I really liked about that match specifically. Ribs and bikes. Yeah, that was a nasty spot with Logan and Ricochet. It looked awful, but when I saw them get up after the match, I was relieved. They looked great. The move itself, they just weren't set right to do it, but ultimately it was pulled off right. And you know what? Props to Ricochet because he cradled Logan Paul correctly, and he twisted himself so that when he fell on the tables, he didn't injure himself. That's somebody who has really, really good awareness and can hit their spots on point even when shit is not set right. It was a very bad looking spot, but it was actually done very well considering the circumstances. They were on the ropes. It wasn't like he was standing flat footed. You know what I mean? So I give Ricochet a hell of a lot of props for that spot because he really did his job to protect Logan Paul as possible and also protect himself. Y'all have to excuse me. I have a house full of nephews today, okay? All right. Damien's gear looked like it had a waist trainer. Not a waist trainer. As long as Logan Paul didn't win, I'm cool. Well, he didn't. Damian Priest won, and he was one of my picks, as well as Nicole's and several others in the chat. So I was happy that Damian won. I was slightly disappointed because I wanted LA Knight, but I feel like there's something coming for LA Knight on the horizon. And I think it might be that United States Championship. That's just me, but stay with me and I'm going to bless you. Now, hello, Sasha. How are you? Hi, Tirza. All right. So let's move on to the next match of the night. I'm going to get rid of these pictures so I'll have enough room to post everything. And I'll do a quick once over if I need to later on after the show is donezo. Okay. So let me delete. Hey, chill out in there. All right. Delete, and delete. Okay. So now we're going to move on to the next match, which was the women's tag team match. This one was, yes, Logan. No, Logan. You guys played with it. I don't have it anymore. This match right here was hella interesting. Okay. Because listen, the girls were fighting. Okay. They were fighting. But we got a whole situation with these two fighting it out. And then all of a sudden, they had a whole thing where Ronda and Shayna was going at it. They had the girl pinned down. They was targeting her arm. It looked like they was a good team. I went on ahead and went to use the facilities. And then 5 minutes later, my mother is screaming in her room that what the fuck is going on? And I'm like, girl, what you mean? And Shayna took out her own sis. Now, I distinctly remember suggesting this shit not too fucking long ago. When Ronda was still champ, I suggested this shit. Now, don't get me wrong. They swerved the fuck out of us because I was not expecting this at all. But I did predict that Liv and Raquel could be tag team champions again. We were on the podcast and I said it's on motherfucking docket. Now, that's a swerve. The way I wanted them to do it was to lose clean as a team and then move back into payback and start over. But bitch, they said, nah, we finna blow all this shit up. Okay? We finna blow it all up. They blew it all up. Now let's look at it from a kayfabe perspective, because right now, which I thought was the right move, was to give them back the championships. That was the right move to do. Liv and Raquel did not have a real opportunity at being champions. Liv was not going to be out long, so we saw. So giving them back the titles was worth it in my opinion. But this right here, let me tell y'all something. This right here is all Ronda's fault, and I'm gonna tell you why. She the one who was pushing for Shayna Baszler to be the monster that she used to be. Y'all remember that? The girl came down there, Shayna asking her what the hell she doing. Ronda said, well, I'm doing what you should do. I miss the killer you used to be, girl. Well, you got it. Well, you got it, mom. You got it, ma'am. You got it. Because you asked for it. You awoke in the beast. Now, there's no way to contain her. Now we all know what Shayna Baszler used to be like in NXT. Even without Jess and Marina by her side, she was a dangerous bitch. Now she was able to calm down a little bit in the E and work her way through and be quiet and not now you done brought back NXT Shayna. You done brought back NXT Shayna. All hell finna break loose. This been finna be a fight to the death. Now, somebody on my Instagram suggested that if they make them wrestle, which they gon' wrestle at WrestleMania, at SummerSlam, okay? They need to do it in the fight pit. I agree. But this time, don't make the fight pit no weak ass shit like we got with Seth Rollins and fucking Matt Riddle. Give us some real shit. Cause I ain't with that shit. Put them in a cage, put them in Hell in a Cell, or put them in the fight pit. You got 3 options, and you got plenty of time to build this up so that it looks good. But I'm going to tell you what it is. Shayna got tired of being in that shadow. She was sick of that shit. Shayna said, this is my world. You came to where I am. Okay? You ain't finna be the number one girl. You ain't finna be standing out. We supposed to be a tag team. I got to come out to your motherfucking music. I don't even remember what my music is no more. You do all the talking. We got to follow your lead. Bitch, I'm a champion too. I'm a former champion too. The fuck? I'm telling you. I'm just telling you. Listen. I'm watching the press conference, and why hasn't WrestleMania ever been in the UK? Well, I imagine that between now and 2025 that will change. But if WWE be on some petty shit like I think, they may change next year's Mania to London. It ain't that hard. But they're going to have to honor all them fucking tickets. That'd be a goddamn nightmare. Technically, they could change 2025's Mania to London if we going to be fair. But, child, we going to have to wait and see, honey. Because John Cena had already put the seed out there. It's coming. The announcement is coming. This match took me out. Child, all I did was go to the bathroom for 5 minutes. I didn't even get to see the whole match. I'm so mad. I'm so upset. She said it actually was a decent match. However, this match had me clapping. I was like, yes, ma'am. This match gagged me. I was like, wow, Tiff, you called it last year. It just happened much later. That was great. I had no clue this was going to be not me either. Shit. I was sitting here like, God damn. When I tell you I was stunned, she said, Rhonda took your suggestion too, sis. Girl, I just need the coins. I just need the coins. Okay? Raccoon pulled the brakes off Honda Civic. Stop. So damn stupid. That is stupid, y'all. Oh man, not you was at the mall. That's a good swerve. So good, I done hit the curb when I turned the corner. Child, it was good. I ain't gonna lie, they took us down. We almost went to the night water on that one, baby. Almost. We was keeping our heads above water. We was almost down there, baby. We almost got baptized with that one. Almost. My way would have been better. Oh Lord. I'm beyond excited for Ronda versus Shayna, especially if it's the Shayna from NXT. After what we just saw, Triple H said, Vince McMahon was giving you some little cute pointers, but fuck all that. Do what you do. Thank you. I suggested they do a submission match or a fight pick for them. That was you who suggested that. Okay, Tay, I see you. Fight pit match, I like. Submission match, I'm gonna be honest, I don't want to see that. I want to see a fight pit match. Both of them will be in their element, especially Ronda. Y'all know that. Now, I want to see them in a cage. Don't matter what kind of cage. Fight pit, Hell in a Cell, steel cage, whatever. You can make it a submission match in that cage. You can do both. But baby, they gotta be in the cage. Because that's gonna be fun to watch. That's just my opinion. Thank you. Okay, so what was with me? You can do both. Shayna need to be the victor of this feud and then go on and win one of them titles. If you ask me, I would send Shayna to Raw. Rhea Ripley need a true contender. She don't need somebody who is just like Natalya. No shade to Natalya, but her ass ain't it. She needs somebody who really gonna fight, who really gonna give her a run for her money. Somebody who gave her a problem, and Shayna Baszler is that problem. I would send Shayna to Raw and let her stay over there. She can't handle NXT, Shayna. I'm excited. And I'm sure the Ronda comparisons got to her too, character wise. We finna see. We finna see, Don. We is finna see. Their rivalry finna be personal, as it should be. Someone must have told Dom to get some moo boots, and he heard moo instead. Baby, I'll get to Dominic Mysterio in a minute. Cause Minnesota is in talks to be a possible location for 2025, but Cena done came out there, so it's in the air now. I bet you they going to London for 2025. Yeah, because what the fuck is Money in the Bank? I suggested it be at Money in the Bank. You definitely did. That's true. I remember you pitching it to her and she was with it. I remember I was there. Yes, you know I love the night water, child. They almost took us down there. They almost took us down there. We've almost been cleansed in the lakes of Minnesota. My Lord. Anyways, I want to see the carnage. Me too. Bailey is still beside EO for right now. Oh, I'm going to get to Bailey punk ass in a minute. I put them in an Iron Woman match or an Extreme Rules match, but I can always play 2K for that. No, Kenny, that's cool. But I feel like the cage matches already imply Extreme Rules. So you can pretty much do whatever you want inside of them cages. That's why I want that. That's why I want that. I want them inside a cage. It's gonna be they in their best element. They can do whatever they want. There ain't no restrictions, there's no rules. I'm gonna say Iron Man or Last Man Standing. Shayna is on Raw. I thought she was on SmackDown. She was just in a tag team. Well, she also should get that lick back from 2019. Damian is lying. You know what, Tirza? If he is over there talking about he was not gonna cash in, he a motherfucking lie. He cost that boy that championship today. He definitely did. He was being real petty. I remember in a certain Evolution interview with Shayna bragging about how the MMA four horsewomen always get along. Almost 5 years later, that looks like that statement has changed. It changed too. If you sitting up there and the first thing everybody do is talk about Ronda and they act like you ain't there, you would change too. Bailey real salty during this press conference. Why she mad? I thought that was her friend. I thought she loved the fact that her friend won the Money in the Bank. Let's move on, y'all. Like I said, props to Raquel and Liv for being the tag team champions again. They definitely earned it and deserved it. We love that for them. Let's go to the next match. I'm going to get to everybody match. I'm going in order. Gunther and Matt Riddle had a match. It was an okay match. It wasn't bad, but it wasn't like something spectacular. It wasn't over the top great. It was okay. However, Riddle was not able to best Gunther, even if he was 100%. I don't think that he would have beat him. So Gunther was able to retain his Intercontinental Championship. No surprise there. Okay. But we did get a surprise with the return of Drew McIntyre. Scottish Warrior, okay? Drew McIntyre returned in an epic fashion. Now, the last time they were in the UK, I think it was Clash at the Castle, and Drew McIntyre was going up against Roman Reigns for that championship. And Drew had a match at Mania, and that was the last time we saw him. Well, obviously, we heard all the rumors about Drew possibly wanting more money and being able to have a little bit more creative control over his character, which it looks like they've been able to come to an agreement. And Drew McIntyre has returned, and it looks like he is setting his sights on Gunther's Intercontinental Championship. Now, I'm going to be honest. I do not believe that at SummerSlam, Drew was going to beat Gunther. I don't think that. Gunther is a few days shy of beating the Honky Tonk Man's title reign. The Honky Tonk Man, let me see if I got it on my phone because I had it on my phone earlier. Um, Damn it, I deleted it. Dang it. Let me see if I got it in the trash. Nope, I deleted it. Okay. So the Honky Tonk Man had been champion for 400 plus days in counting, okay? Hold on, let me make sure I get it right. All right. The Honky Tonk's title reign was 454 days as an Intercontinental Champion. Gunther has already hit the 1 year mark. That happened in June on the 10th. I do not remember them even announcing it or talking about it. Gunther is at a year of being champion, and now we'll be moving into a year and 30 days once. Well, he already hit a year and no, he'll hit a 30-day mark on July 10th. So he'll be at a year and 30 days on July 10th, and he'll be right at 400, which means he'll only need 55 days as champion beyond that. So he probably won't drop that championship until after at Payback or at Fastlane, which is more than likely if Drew McIntyre is still the contender for that, that's when he'll drop it. They're probably going to have Drew and Gunther wrestle at SummerSlam. Drew's gonna turn heel sometime around there, and then he'll be able to be Dark Drew like everybody loves, and then Gunther will move into another person who will take that championship off of him, and they'll probably have Gunther move on to whoever is champion at WrestleMania. With all that being said, though, Drew McIntyre has returned to the E, and of course, he is a Raw superstar, so Raw is heating up once again. Okay. Everybody in the comments, let me see what you had to say about it. Let me see. Oh, Tier said that's what he said. He wasn't gonna cash in on Finn. I'm like, yeah, nigga, right. Mm, I mean, he might have. He might have. I think he was. I think he was messing with Finn because Finn cost him his opportunity at the World Heavyweight Championship, and I think he was getting his lick back. But that man is on some nefarious, felonious intent. Okay, he got little tricks up his sleeve. Okay, now I don't know. He might have, if given the opportunity, he damn sure would have. He damn sure would have. I don't know why he lying. Anyway, now I like these shoes. Kayla got on some nice shoes. For real, she's saying to play Buddy. For real, she trying to play Buddy in this conference. Oh, I know Bailey ass is a lying asshole. She kicked that damn um ladder from over until had that girl fall over. And when EO finally see what the fuck she did, it don't matter because EO hold on, I'll get to that in a minute. Hold on a minute. Hold on, y'all. Gunther losing at SummerSlam. She said Summer Slam. I'm calling it now, and I don't even like Drew. But if someone gonna take it, I guess I don't think Gunther's gonna lose at SummerSlam. I really don't. Liar, liar, pants on fire when it comes to Damian Priest. What a shining endorsement, Kenny. Right? Rocket is really pretty. Like to put a friendly wager on it, my good friend. Okay. What we trying to bet, Kenny? Also, sidebar, Bailey's jacket was dope. I liked a lot of the new gear that was out there. They mentioned it on the show, but he didn't get a celebration or balloon or a segment. It wasn't enough for them to do a graphic for it or put it out there on social media or any of them, and I don't like that. I didn't even remember that they mentioned it. It should have been mentioned. Just going to be a good storyline for Drew. What are you willing to bet? Girl, we can bet money. I mean, coins. Gunther don't like that shit. He mad. He mad because Drew came back. He upset. I can understand it. Because, girl. Anyways, y'all. Now, in between there, we had this match. Now, I don't know what Dominic was doing or where he got his boots from. But they were they were furry looking, almost like pony hair, and they looked like cow print. I didn't like him, and he came out there with this crayon. With this crayon, I don't understand what the look was. It's so much going on. It didn't go with what he had on. It was just odd. So he had on this crossbody bullet, literal crossbody bullet cover, and the bullets were purple. They look like them cheap wax crayons, the rose art ones that you get from the dollar store because you can't afford Crayolas. That's what they look like. And I thought Rhea's hair was cute. Rhea's hair was cute. It looked nice. Cody had on a new coat. His coat was more for the Brits this time. It was overall blue, had the flag on the back of it. It looked nice on Cody. Cody dressed like he normally would. He just switched up his coat a bit. In this particular match, one thing I'm glad about is we didn't have to see Brock Lesnar, which thank God for that. There was interference from Rhea Ripley, but for the most part, it was between Dominic and Cody Rhodes. However, Dominic didn't really get a lot going in this match, in my opinion. He had some spots, but it wasn't enough to showcase what Dom could really do. If that, a lot of the stuff he tried to do was off of Rhea Ripley interfering on his behalf. And for the most part, once he took that cast off because he no longer needs the cast, that was the start of the turn of the tide for Dominic Mysterio because he thought he had the match when that match first started. And of course, he took his cast off and Dominic ran. I mean, like literally ran all the way down the ramp. And it was just like, girl, where the fuck is you going? Anyways, all in all, Cody was able to win with his crossroads. And that was that. Rhea Ripley had to eat her fucking words. And Cody walked away with a W from Money in the Bank. The crowd was fucking electric in this match. I mean, just period, throughout the whole goddamn show. They were so amazing throughout this show. I loved it so much. It was absolute fire. Okay. It was so much fun to watch this crowd. And they were so engaging, and you watching, you just enjoy. See, it was just good. Like the crowd just made you really. It was so much fun. It was so much fun. But like I said, Cody won the match. It is what it is. What are you willing to do? Girl, we can bet money. I like this boots. If they were mid thigh, if they were mid thigh, I wouldn't have liked it with this armor thing he got. I don't like the way his gear looked, so I didn't like the boots with the gear. I thought it was off putting to me. Rhea looked mixed, white passing. I actually really liked Mia's hair. I thought her hair was really cute in that braided up faux hawk. It was cute. Bitch, I'm a cow. Okay. Right, Don, them boots were cute. I'll take a pair and some thigh highs. Okay, so if I lose, I'll get you a gift card to Dunkin', and if I win, I would like a gift card to Starbucks. All right, bet. I'll start this comment. Y'all see the comment? I'm gonna win, so she gonna give me a gift card to Dunkin'. Period. I'm gonna win. I'm gonna win. Virtual handshake. Period. They said, Dominic, you suck with such speed. They was going at people's necks today. No, the boots and the gear didn't follow, but the boots were cute. I just don't like it on him. And I didn't like it with the gear. I was not a fan. I was not a fan. But like I said, it was a good moment for Cody. He was able to get the win and shut Dominic and Rhea up. Now we get to the middle of the show, which they took time to do this, and I wasn't quite understanding what was going on. So John Cena showed up in the middle of the pay-per-view. This took up quite a bit of time. Okay. I don't know if maybe somebody plane was late, it was delayed, or maybe they just had this plan from the beginning. But it seemed like John Cena was there to put the seed out that WWE could be having a mania over in the UK. Now I remember Nicole talking about them having a mania over in UK for a while. And she was talking about how she would go if they had one over there. Well, it seems like in 2025, that may be the case. Okay. So hold on. Let me give you some water. The pretty water. What y'all in that dirt? Uh-huh. So John Cena was big up in the crowd, telling them basically that he wanted them to have a moment in the spotlight because they're one of the best crowds in the world, and he loves that crowd over in London. So before he could really get into it, though, Grayson Waller came out and took up a lot of time, which I felt like that shouldn't have happened, but it is what it is. He came out and took up a lot of time. All in all, basically, he ended up taking an AA, I think it was, attitude adjustment, and he was laid out, and John Cena left, and that was that. That was after he got hit in the back and beat down by Grayson Waller. It was. Let's just say it was something. Let's just say it was something. He said, "Hold up, I want to be a part of that." Absolutely not. I'm not. I'm not buying 2 Starbucks cards. Absolutely not. All right. It was a lot of fuck you, you suck, you're a monkey. Like, this is who y'all are. Is this who y'all, what y'all, what he said, is this what y'all become? Oh, not a monkey. It's giving racist. It is London. It is London, babes. Now, when we came back from that little medium break, the girls were up. Now, let me be clear. I'm not shitting on the women's Money in the Bank, but the reality is this match didn't give what it was supposed to have gave until the end. There were spots in this match that didn't go off as clean as the men's match, but I'm not mad about that. What I'm mad about was the bullshit of two of the members of the Money in the Bank were fighting one other member in the Money in the Bank. Then the other two were fighting the other. A majority of that camera time went to Becky, Trish, and Zoe. There was no there wasn't a lot of camera work for the women's Money in the Bank, and quite frankly, often Bailey, Zelina, and Io were laid out. There was not a lot of fighting happening in that match. I was not okay with that. The men's match had a lot more anarchy, and it was people fighting everywhere, whether the camera was on them or not. They were fighting. Those was rare instances in this match. This match did not start to pick up until the end. You got spots and pockets where they had fights. People was trying to get their opportunities off, but it just wasn't what it should have been. He said they didn't say monkey, but they did say a fuck you, Roman. They did say that. I mean, well deserved. It wasn't all that good and it wasn't all that bad, but it was odd. It just didn't do what it was supposed to. I will say this. I am glad that Io Sky won Money in the Bank and it didn't go to Trish. It didn't go to Bailey. And I would have been okay if it went to Becky, but I'm kind of glad it didn't go to her either. Hold on, y'all. This was cute. They took the album cover from the Beatles album cover and they redid it and Finn had those shoes on. And I just thought that was so cute. I had to show y'all that. I thought it was so cute. And Rhea's shoes was cute, by the way. Anyway, so Io ended up winning Money in the Bank. I was so happy that she won. She was one of my first picks as well to win Money in the Bank, as well as Zelina. And I picked the dark horse. I think uh it was Becky that I wanted to win, and then hold on, y'all. It was Zelina Vega, Io Sky, and Becky, and I said the dark horse was gonna be Trish Stratus, but I was glad that Trish didn't win. I ain't gonna fucking lie. Anyways, let me see if I got it. Okay, there it is. So how this played out was Becky was getting beat down by Trish and Zoe Stark. This beatdown happened for a minute. They got the handcuffs, was getting ready to handcuff her to the ring so she couldn't be a part of the rest of the match. Okay. So she couldn't be a part of the rest of the match. And then that didn't happen. They couldn't get her handcuffed. Becky ended up fighting out and she was able to get Trish and them laid out. She had Trish, slammed her on the ladder. She took out Zoe Stark. She took her out. It was a lot going on in that part of the match. As the end of the match started to pick up, you thought Vega was going to get it, but Vega ended up getting laid out. Zoe Starks ended up getting laid out, and it came down to Becky and Bailey. But first, Io was on the ladder, climbing up the ladder, and Bailey pushed the ladder over. Io ended up hanging on the ropes, falling out, and Becky tried to climb up the ladder. Now, of course, this led to a lot of back and forth between Becky and Bailey. Becky almost had that briefcase. She took the handcuff, opened it, and put it in Bailey's mouth to drag her down the ladder, which I thought was fucking ingenious. And then, as Io began to wake up in that match, Io got the brilliant idea to handcuff them two hoes to each other inside the ladder, climbed up Bailey's back, and got the Money in the Bank briefcase. Yes, ma'am, she did. That was the best part of the damn show, was the fact that she was able to have enough wherewithal to make them stick to each other. They couldn't climb up no higher. So she interlocked them with the damn inside the ladder, with the damn handcuffs on their arms, and went up and climbed up Bailey's back to get that briefcase, and she got it. They couldn't do nothing there but stand there and watch her grab that briefcase. That was some shit right there. Oh, it was delicious. Okay. It was all right. Mm. It could have been better and it should have been better. This match was weird to me. I'm the being dramatic, so don't cover me. Why does Becky always get screwed in Money in the Bank? She didn't get screwed. I'm surprised we didn't get more stellar spots in the match, but it's okay. The end result was the best of it all, though. Becky and Bailey at the bottom of that ladder looking sad, gotta be the funniest shit. It was so delicious. It was so good. It was so good. I loved it. I called it though. My girl won. P.S. I'm happy for EO and the spot was great as long as Trish or Zoe didn't win. I'm cool. EO outsmarted Bailey. I know what you meant. Those damn typos. Becky was unhinged during the match. I was like, let's go. No, she was not. Becky did exactly what she's been doing, putting other people over. I guess. Unhinged is a stretch. I don't think Becky was unhinged, but I think her putting them handcuffs in Bailey's mouth to get her down the ladder was fucking ingenious. I'm not gonna lie. All right, y'all. So Finn and Seth freaking Rollins. Y'all listen. I like this match. I thought this match was fun. It was interesting. And you had the looming idea of Damian Priest with that briefcase swirling in your head. Okay. It was a lot. But I will say that this match was really good. Finn did what he was supposed to do. He utilized the fact that Seth was partially injured to go ahead and target him. He had him down a couple times in the match, but Seth was able to thwart a lot of shit that Finn was throwing at him, despite him not being 100%. Okay, this match was really good. I really, really liked it. I really liked it. But it was the end that took me out. So hold on. Let me get the rest of y'all comments in here. I wonder if Trish Zoe versus Becky will continue at SummerSlam. I hope so, but fucking Lita gotta get her shit together and come back, cause bitch, where the fuck you been? They ain't hurt you that bad. The fuck? That code red from Zelina to Zoe on the ladder was gnarly. It was very good. I love that spot. That was the best spot of the night, if we're being honest. Next to EO handcuffing the girls at the bottom of the ladder. That spot was my favorite. Very much a stretch. But there will be trouble in paradise for damage control soon. I'm back. Okay, Tirza. That spot had me giggly because both of them play too much. I mean, now, Damian Priest came down there and was causing all types of mischief and mayhem. Come down there, got his briefcase, and waited till Finn was on the top rope, and then came like he was gonna stand over there. Now, while Finn had much of the control of this match, you saw Damian Priest come down the ramp, and you like, what the fuck you doing? What the fuck you doing? Now Seth was the one who had Finn down at this point. So Damien coming out there kind of saved Finn a little bit. But oh bitch, that did not last. Because once Finn got on that top rope, Damien got up. Because he went and took a seat next to the announcers and everybody and had him a chair. Seth followed him and was looking them down, staring them down and shit. But child, Damien got out that seat as soon as he saw Finn get on that top turnbuckle and possibly hit that coup de grace. But that little minor distraction from Damien saved Finn Balor. I mean, saved Seth Rollins to be able to get the win, and he ended up winning. Child, he retained his championship. He slowly backed his ass out of that ring, very slowly, because he wasn't sure of what the fuck Damian Priest was gonna do. Had it been me, I'd have got my ass the fuck up out of there. I wouldn't have been sitting there waiting for his ass. Damn that shit. You want to cash in on me, motherfucker? You gonna wait till I'm in my best element. You is not about to take me out. I'm not with the shits. But he finally got his ass out that ring, and Damian Priest and Finn Balor was standing ringside arguing. Logan, what is your problem? Anyway, child, I was like, "Ooh, it's trouble in paradise. The boys are fighting, honey. They are fighting. Last I've seen of Lita, she helped some chicken on the Indies in a match. Well, she better get her ass back to the E and go and come help Becky. Because Becky is fighting two bitches at once, and her ass is just living her best life. You better get you and your titties back over there. Overall, I feel like they wasted this women's money in the bank. I love that EO won, but they had so many options of women to put in this match and make it stellar, and they didn't take advantage. Really, they had a good set of women for that match. The match itself just wasn't good. It could have been better. And it's not, I'm not saying if they had to put somebody else in there, it would have been better, but they had a good crop of girls to make it good in the beginning. They just didn't utilize it. And I wish they would have. Anyways, but Seth freaking Rollins is still the world heavyweight champion, and Damian Priest still got his briefcase. He can cash in on anybody at any time, anywhere. He can cash in on Gunther. He could cash in on Austin Theory. He could cash in on Roman. He could cash in on Seth. All four belts are in play, which means anybody can get it. Let us move on to the Bloodlines Civil War. The boys were fighting, and if you came in here early when I was first watching it, the show was still on. We was at the 3 hour mark by the time I went live today, and they were still fighting. Now in the beginning, this match was just a little slow, but it started to pick up with Solo being constantly tagged out by Roman. Okay. Now I'm the one who said Roman should be the one to eat the pin in this match. I said it on our podcast. If you didn't go listen to it, go run it back. Because I said Roman should eat the fucking pin in this match, and his punk ass did. That felt good. Now, and I told y'all Paul Heyman is that evil voice that be in his head causing that mischief and bullshit. Now, in the middle of this match, Roman got out and went to go consult with his wise man, and Paul Heyman said some of the stupidest, most ignorant shit to rile up Roman Reigns that he could say. Now, in the beginning of the show, he in the damn thing coming out there crying, talking about he ain't never seen him this way. A tee-hee, a tee-hee. Oh my God, the tribal chief is upset. He was mad. Child, everybody trying to hear that? We're not trying to hear that. The match goes on. Roman's out there. He goes and stands next to Pauline, and Pauline said, "Do you want your boys sitting at his table while he the tribal chief? Because that's what he want." Roman said, "Oh, hell no." Now, what he promised was a vicious beatdown and attack on both Uso brothers. But what we got is a decent ass whooping on both sides, and a for sure you're right on ass whooping to Roman Reigns. Roman Reigns got what he deserved. He earned this low blow. All of this shit you have put people through, multiple people you have put through, including your own cousins, it all came back to bite you in a matter of months. The only difference is you haven't suffered the same fate as everybody else that has been around you, but that fate is coming. So, in the throes of the match, the boys were fighting. It was on and popping, as they say. Okay. But towards the end, after the referee had already got knocked out the ring, they hit him with a 1D. He was able to get pinned and counted, and the ref was laid out, so he couldn't count it. They ended up being able to grab the Usos, and I think they double choke slammed them. Or it was a rock bottom or something like that. One of y'all will correct me in the comments. Either way, they hit them with a move together. Solo and Roman did. And that's how both of them was able to lay them out. Now, they stacked both of them twins up. And Roman pinned them. And child, them twins kicked out together. Okay? They kicked out together. Okay? So, like I said, they was going... okay. They was going back and forth. And Jimmy got out the ring with Solo, and it was down to Jay and Roman. The boys was fighting. They got the scrapping. Jay got speared, he got pinned, and he low blowed Roman and got his shoulder up. The rest was history. Roman was sitting there, whoo, them balls was hurting, honey. Them balls was hurting. They was hurting. I thought I did. Paul shit starter Heyman. Okay. It was a Uranagi. Okay. Very good. I figured y'all would catch it. Anyway, so this is the face that we were left with. Okay. The twins was not letting Roman get away with just beating ass and disrespecting them like this. Oh no, they wasn't getting away. He wasn't getting away with that. Okay. It was time for a new regime. It was time for a new order. And they got it. Roman Reigns was pinned by his cousin Jey Uso for the first time since December 15th of 2019. Roman has been pinned. He is not unbeatable, and the game is over. And it is only a matter of time. Only a matter of time before Roman loses that championship. Now, who is going to take it? Well, that is up to the WWE, okay? Now, quite frankly, I would not mind Jey Uso being champion for a little while, you know. I wouldn't mind that at all, okay? But as I said, according to the WWE and WWE on Fox, Roman Reigns has finally been pinned for the first time since December 15th of 2019. It has been 1,294 days before this man has suffered a pin of any kind. That's fucking insane. Okay? That is insane. He has not taken a pin in 1,200 plus days. Nuts. Nuts. Overall, this was a very, very good show. It was well done. We loved it. He is all the time. We love that. All right. The show itself was done correctly. Even though it was longer than I expected it to be, it still was a high octane, fun show. They had a bit of a hiccup with the women's Money in the Bank match, but they recovered it towards the end. All in all, if I had to give it a rating and grade, I would say the whole show as a whole, I give it a solid 8.5 out of 10. I think it did what it was supposed to, setting up the people to be able to torment the champions for the next year or for the next couple of months, days, hours, whatever works for them. It also set up the next couple of matches leading into SummerSlam with Shayna and Ronda. You got the tag team championships, put on new champions, and they're probably going to be defending them at Great American Bash. You're going to have You've got Finn, you've got Damian Priest, and you still got Seth Rollins, and they still have a discord there that could set up for a whole new feud, and it causes more problems within the bloodline. I mean, within Judgment Day as well. So you have shit going on there. You've got Drew and Gunter, which lets Gunter stay off of the tag team champions and move into an actual feud that works for him. You've got Kevin and Sammy, who are probably going to be feuding with Imperium at SummerSlam. You have Io Sky, like I said, she's going to be able to torment whoever is champion. You set up Friday what could lead into Royal SummerSlam as a triple threat with Bianca, Asuka, and Charlotte Flair. You got a lot of moving pieces here that have been set up within the last 2 days. WWE has done a very good job at moving these stories along and telling the new stories. So they've done that successfully, as well as crumbling the bloodline to the bottom and leaving Roman to his own devices. Now, what I said may happen next Friday with Roman Reigns is that because Solo wasn't in there to help save that match, Roman possibly could turn on Solo as well. And then Roman will truly be back where he started, which was alone with his wise man, Paul Heyman. So we will see how all of that's going to play out. The moving pieces that Triple H has set up is that everything was moving into the new era of wrestling, but more specifically, moving into the new stories that they're getting ready to start pushing. And I think it was just smart. They did it correctly, and we're not waiting around or trying to do a lot of figuring out to see where things are going to go. You're excited about it. It was well done, it was well crafted. Overall, they've been on a roll with very good pay-per-views. Even when the build up to the pay-per-view isn't the greatest, the pay-per-view makes up for that. They gonna have to always show their ass at every pay-per-view in order to keep up with what they've been able to do. Triple H is a really he's been doing a really good job at manning this, and I just hope that they keep him and others like him around there, and they don't let Vince come in and take over too much. Okay, it's possible what Jay has achieved, the first being one to actually pin him in a long, long time. So maybe he can do it again. We'll see. Tears said Triple H mentioned LA Knight winning the Money in the Bank, and he said good things come to those who wait, which is what I said. I understood the idea of LA Knight winning because he's a fan favorite for right now, and I liked LA Knight. But I also saw that Damian Priest having that briefcase was a smarter move due to longevity. Not to say that LA Knight can't be great. LA Knight can cause him be a menace in other ways. And like I said, I don't think that LA Knight's gonna be out of the limelight anytime soon. And I honestly believe that LA Knight is probably going to end up being US champion very, very soon. I think that they may give that title to Sheamus and then have Sheamus drop it to LA Knight probably at SummerSlam. Even if LA Knight wins Money in the Bank next year, I'll be happy. But I think by then he'll have had a title reign or two, and he'll have something going on better with him than what he had previously leading up into Royal Rumble with Bray Wyatt. Okay? So I agree with him. I do think good things come to those who wait. And I think the right decision was made was to give that championship, well, to give that briefcase to Damian Priest. It's no shade to LA Knight, but LA Knight has time. Damian Priest has time as well. They're on two separate shows. It's gonna work out. I believe that. Facts, Kimmy. Facts. There is always the Rumble. She is 100% correct. So, y'all let me know what y'all think about the show in the comments, okay? Y'all can give me y'all ratings. I gave it an 8.5 out of 10. If you didn't get to see it all the way through, I highly recommend you watch it all the way through before you judge it. But all of the matches were excellent. They really were. The women's match was good. I just expected more from them, and I expected it to be better. This by far was my favorite match of the night. I love this match. It was so much fun. It was so you was yelling at the screen about it. It was so much fun. I have to go back and watch this match so I can actually see what happened because I only got to see the rewind of the clip. I didn't actually get to see the match, so that kind of hurt. That was the only match that I missed. I saw everything else. This was my least favorite match of the night, but it wasn't the worst. This was a decent match, and if I had to rank the matches, I would go men's Money in the Bank, Finn and Seth, Bloodline, uh, the women's tag team championships, Gunther and Riddle, um, Cody and Dominic, and then I would put the women last. That's how I rank it. But like I said, y'all let me know what y'all thought about the show. Give me y'all ratings in the comments section. I think I got 3 comments, so I'm gonna look. Let me see. Aaliyah says she give it an 8 out of 10. I can agree with the 8.5. That men's ladder match had me gripping my braids. Period, Kitty. I'll give it an 8.6. Okay, so average it out since nobody else wanted to put their thing in there. Okay. Nobody else wanted nothing. That's cool. I don't like y'all either. I don't like y'all either. That's okay. I don't like y'all either. I don't like y'all either. That's all right. That is all right. Hard work. Let's do a little math. Let's do a little math. Okay. Oh, now y'all want to put it in here. Mm-hmm. 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 I talk about you like a dog. You want to put it in here. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Boy, fuck you. Shit, I'm sick of your shit. Nah, you been on my ass all weekend. I ain't did shit to you. Nothing. I ain't did a damn thing. Shit. 8.5 plus 8.5 plus 8.6 plus 8.0, 8.0, 8.0. Just stinking ass. All right. One, two, three. Okay, so the average is 8.2, which means they got a solid 8 for this particular show. Okay, I don't know. EO could cash in on anybody. Like I said, I want Rhea Ripley to have a true challenger, and I want her to be on the defense because it seems like she works better on the defense than she does as a champion. Her being champion now fucking sucks. If I was EO, I would cash in on Rhea Ripley, and I would do it after she has a hard fought battle with Shayna Baszler. That's the way I would set it up, but I wouldn't have her do it right now or at SummerSlam. I would make it seem like she's gonna do it, but I would let EO have a steal of the century over at WrestleMania the same way that Seth freaking Rollins had the steal of the century at WrestleMania. Now everybody wants the women's cash in to be a failed cash in. I disagree. I think this year the cash in for the women needs to be epic. Now next year, if they want to have a throwaway cash in, be my fucking guest. But if they do it the way everybody is suggested and they have EO Sky cash in and Bailey cost her that opportunity, that's going to suck ass. But I understand why it's been done. You know what I'm saying? Me and my dad say Oscar, unless Bailey screws her out of it. I believe Bailey will screw her out of it now that I'm thinking about it. Yeah, she's not gonna let that go by easy. Bailey gonna have her own problems though, cause she done cut that bitch's hair. Okay, Bailey sitting up at home putting shit on like this on social media with her creepy ass. I'd have whooped her ass. The impeccable storytelling of the bloodline throughout the match pushed it to a strong 9. That's so unfortunate. Rhea had one of the best matches at Mania, and that title run ain't comparing. It really ain't, and that's not Rhea's fault. It's not Rhea's fault. So I don't fault Rhea Ripley for that. But it's just like, if we're being honest, Charlotte could have came back and been in Rhea's face now, and they could have had her and Rhea battle it out again instead of having her go after Bianca and Asuka. I totally get and understand why, but like Rhea need to have another way to keep building herself up. You know what I'm saying? It just, oh, I just wish they would have gave Rhea some strong competition. That's all. Where the fuck was Shotzi and Lita during the match? At home. At home, child. Shotzi said I done did my part. Y'all done let this hoe cut my hair. First, I got to go get my hair cut, and then I'll be back. Knowing Shotzi, she probably got it shaved on the sides and everything else. Like, I wish one of them cost Damage Control or Trish and Zoe the match. It didn't happen though, Kayla. So you're gonna have to let that go. It's not Raw Women's Division as a whole is not going nowhere. Well, Shayna is over there on Raw. I thought she was a SmackDown girl, but Don told me that she's a Raw girl. So Shayna's over there. Maybe Shayna can help rebuild that division and make it worthwhile. Get Indy in there once Indy is healed up. Bring in Candice. Bring in Piper. Get that division rolling because right now, Rhea is the champion over there and it ain't hitting like it should. Okay? It just ain't. I'll be back, y'all. Hold on.
Still don't know my words, still stressing perfection. Let you all in my mental, got me looking too desperate. Damn, you ain't desired.
Honestly, that sound like a fair trade to me. Rolling 80 wheels in a city. Riding on you. Gotta roll loyalty, gotta give and release. Spread your legs down, so I'm going up the heat. Hit the raw sounds when I rock up in your I'ma roll on the forever, let her roll on me. Split this one down the middle, wake up in harmony.
A claps. Don't close your eyes to get away. Just make my mind and I'll arrange it. Beautiful, girl, you're stainless. You'll be fine, I'll be painless, yeah. All I'm drinking is champagne. All you want is the same thing.
Yeah. The 10,000 building, get your ass an apartment, put you inside a G-class, that's just a starter kit. Plenty things count in life, but none of them is the thought of it. New piece around my neck is chess games, but shorty stay with calculated moves like Beth Harmon. Swear I'm more Purple Rain Prince than Prince Charming. Disappointment, I stay expecting it. The pessimist, gold medalists, flush the magnums just so they not collecting my specimens down.
A claps.
Baby, I'm late, but I
Lord, I had the peach out. Anyway, what were we talking about? I forgot. Whew. Okay. What do you want? Mama, you fed them? You ate. Nana gave you something to eat. You ate Wendy's, didn't you? What you hungry for? I'm not giving you no cereal. I will give you a can of Pringles. Are you going to give it to him this time and not steal it? All right. Grab the case off the floor and give it to me. Get it up off the floor and hand it to me. Pick them up. You don't need to do all that to pick all them cans of Pringles up. It ain't that many in there. Y'all been killing me.
How we been killing you?
One, two, three. Take one to each of your cousins and keep one for yourself. If I find out you kept their chips, I'm going to bust you in your forehead. Now get. Get on out of here. Tay, KJ, y'all make sure y'all tell me if he don't give y'all them chips. All right. Anyways, I don't know what they plan on doing with Rhea, but I love Miss Candice LeRae to challenge. She's cool. I love Candice. Somebody got to step up. Rhea is just a paperweight champ. I've been saying that for a minute. A paper champion. It's sad. I'll let it go because there will be good things to come. We just have to wait. You're not going to always get it the way that you want. So it's best to just go with the flow. We had a decent show. That's a good thing. The girls were able to show out. They didn't show out the way I wanted them to. And I thought their match was a little lackluster. But for the most part, they did what was necessary. Like I said, a lot of things were ended and a lot of things were continuous. The feud between Trish, Zoe, and Becky is not over, clearly. That played out in the match. Quite frankly, I felt like they did a little too much teaming in that match and not enough every woman for themselves. So the best thing to do is for us to move forward and just enjoy what we got. We had a very solid pay-per-view from Uncle Trip, and they took us where we needed to go in terms of providing a story. The Bloodline story was done successfully, and Triple H was right about that. He was right about how it was supposed to play out. He was right about how things should have played out. He was right about everything. So we have to give Uncle Trip his props. Sometimes you don't get what you want, you get what you need. And that's the better ticket, in my opinion. Like I said, and given the average from the chat, overall, Money in the Bank was a solid 8.2. Okay? That means it was a solid 8 if we're going to round everything out. It was a solid 8 pay-per-view from the Bloodline to even Cody and Dominic to the girls scrapping. The guys stole the show with the Money in the Bank ladder match. Of course, Finn and Seth decided they was going to, give us a little teaser for what's sure to come again. And of course, this women's tag team match didn't really show out, but it was a surprising twist in this match. And of course, Gunther and Riddle's match wasn't the surprise, but more specifically, the surprise for them was Drew McIntyre returning and staking his claim on that Intercontinental Championship. Overall, given the facts of what everybody saw and how everybody reacted to the show, it seems to be a resounding success. And an 8 out of 10 for a pay-per-view ain't bad at all. In fact, it's very, very good. So WWE, y'all keep doing your thing. We appreciate you and we love you. And I'm going to get on out of here. I'm Miss Gone Girl. Okay. so I can go ahead and get me some rest before my nephews start to act a goddamn fool. And the next time we talk about a PLE or pay-per-view, it's gonna be about Slammiversary, because Slammiversary is coming up, and I've been able to watch Impact as of lately. Okay, so we gotta get all the goods when it comes to Slammiversary, honey. And I really like Impact. If you haven't been able to watch Impact, I definitely think that that is something that you should get into. You can always pay for a premium membership to Impact's YouTube channel so that you can watch Impact's pay-per-views and their weekly episodic TV shows. You can watch all of that on Impact as a part of their member under their membership program. If you pay $1, you can watch the TV shows every week live. But if you pay more, that's how you get access to the PLEs. And they pretty much post everything. So I'm gonna delete some of this stuff and give y'all a quick synopsis of Impact. Those of you who came over here specifically for the Money in the Bank recap, the replay is coming. Don't worry, I appreciate y'all coming. If Impact isn't your thing, it's okay if you bounce out. I totally understand. Y'all can go to Impact though and watch some of those clips. It's some real good people over in Impact, and I think they deserve the support that you give when you're talking about giving support to wrestlers. They definitely deserve that. But we're gonna get into Impact Slammiversary and who's on this card, because I promise you it is well worth it. So let's get into it. All right. First things first, a familiar face, Trinity Fatu, or as Trinity as she likes to go by in Impact, will be competing against Deonna Purrazzo for her Knockouts World Championship. Now, like I said this past Wednesday, Deonna Purrazzo has been champion multiple times over. She does not need this championship. I don't really care for Deonna Purrazzo as a champion. I think she's quite boring. From what I've seen, she's quite boring. But Trinity is hot. She is going in strong. She still has to deal with Giselle Shaw, Savannah Evans, and Jay, uh, the loser. And obviously, she's got issues with Deonna Purrazzo now that are slowly creeping in to their battle at Slammiversary. So it's going to be an interesting fight between the two. But I suspect that Trinity is going to be the one to walk out the victor. If she doesn't, I'll be surprised. Slammiversary is Impact's big yearly show. It's just like having Mania. You know what I'm saying? It's not as big as Mania in terms of the grandiosity, but that's their Mania-esque show. Okay. Also on the men's side, Nick Aldis turned turncoat. Okay, he does not want Alex Shelley to have that Impact World Championship, and he's doing everything in his power to get underneath Alex Shelley's skin. The last time these two met, Nick Aldis took the belt and pretty much hit Alex Shelley in the head with it and was standing tall with his title. He's been ducking and dodging Alex Shelley ever since. And now that they finally have to come face to face, Nick Aldis is supposed to be at Impact next week. So, of course, Alex Shelley is going to be there. And we'll see how this all plays out. But Impact World Championship will be on the line at Slammiversary. And it's going to be the current champion, Alex Shelley, versus Nick Aldis. Now, if you don't know the issue between PCO, Scott D'Amore, Bully Ray, and Steve Macklin, we ain't got enough time to go over it. Let's just say Bully Ray is not a fan of Scott D'Amore, and Steve Macklin is not a fan of Scott D'Amore, and the feeling is mutual. And PCO is obviously a good friend of Scott D'Amore, so they are going to be teaming with each other to fight off Billy Ray and Steve Macklin. Now, of course, Steve Macklin is a former Impact World Champion, as is Bully Ray from a long time ago. But you got these two on opposite sides fighting it out, and their special enforcer is going to be Darren McCarty. All right. You got a tag team bout. Moose and Brian Myers versus ABC, Rich Swann and Sami Callihan, and Subculture. All of these four teams will be competing in a fatal four-way style match for ABC's Impact World Tag Team Championship. And I suspect that the newly formed Rascals are going to be watching this match very closely, since Trey Miguel isn't getting that X Division Championship back anytime soon. And the Rascals are going to be on a tear trying to get those tag team championships away from whoever itches out as the victor, which I suspect will be ABC, but we'll have to wait and see. The final match that was announced, or one of the final matches that had been announced for Slammiversary, was an Ultimate X match. I'm gonna make sure ain't nobody's phone ringing. Ooh, it's 8 o'clock, child. I did not even know. So, Mike Bailey, Jonathan Gresham, Kushida, and Kevin Knight and Angels will all be competing in an Ultimate X match at Slammiversary as well. And then finally, Leo Rush issued the challenge to Chris Sabin, and said Chris Sabin accepted. Chris Sabin and Leo Rush will fight for the X Division Championship at Slammiversary as well. This is all set to take place on July 15th, live on all of their pay-per-view outlets, which is Fight TV, and of course you can get it as a member on Impact's YouTube channel, and you can buy it outright on any cable network that you watch. I believe Sling will have it as well, and that's where you can actually watch Impact, which is on Sling, because that's Sling carries Access TV. So there you have it. Money in the Bank was a solid show. Overall rating for Money in the Bank was an 8 out of 10. That was the average via the chat, and of course with my own personal rating at an 8.5. And I gave you a little bit of tea into Slammiversary this year, which I'm sure is going to have a couple more matches to round out the show. So with all that being said, I hope you guys enjoyed this review of Money in the Bank, and I will see you guys next Monday, the Monday after Money in the Bank. We're going to see how that fallout works. I heard a little buddy that a whole bunch of people might be making some pop-ups. They said that Randy was supposed to pop up today, but maybe Randy will pop up Monday, or maybe Randy will pop up Friday. I mean, if we're being fair, Randy Orton was taken out by Roman Reigns in tow, and his back has been out, and he's been out this whole time because of his back, and it was done on TV. But with all that being said, we'll just have to wait and see how everything's going to play out this coming Monday on Monday Night Raw. And of course, NXT is still going strong. Andre Chase returned to NXT, and we got a lot to unpack with NXT. Look at Kiana pour paint on our good sis Gigi Dolan. You got a lot going on with Carmelo Hayes because he successfully defended his championship, and Wesley, Tyler Bate, and Mustafa Ali are in a triangle for the gods, honey. But it's a lot going on, and we love it. And on Friday, the fallout of Money in the Bank is going to continue. What is going on with Ronda and Shayna? And of course, what is happening with the bloodline? And Roman is not going to be in a good mood. Somebody's going to have to suffer and take this L, and Roman is not going to be the one to accept that. With all that being said, y'all let me know what y'all think about the next couple of shows in the comment section below. If you are watching this in the playback, the only thing I did run down was Monday Night Raw. Okay, Monday you're supposed to have Rhea Ripley going up against Natalya, and of course you got the whole discord between Judgment Day with the whole situation. All of them lost with the exception of Damian Priest. Dominic Mysterio is probably gonna be pissed, as is Finn Balor, because he didn't make good on his word. I'm pretty sure JD McDonough is going to creep in there somewhere. And of course, you still have Io Sky as your Money in the Bank winner, and she is a SmackDown superstar. So we'll just have to wait and see. Like I said before, thank you so much for watching and listening to my show. If you guys have any suggestions for things you want me to cover, you can always hit me up on my email or on my Instagram. Always available over there. If you want to donate to the show to keep this show up, you can do that too. The Cash App is below. I have a second YouTube channel where I just post makeup and other things that I enjoy over there. I might start doing some more stuff over there as well. It's a lot of stuff coming down the pike for both of my YouTube channels. So I appreciate y'all. I love y'all. And I will see you in our next one. Bye. And don't forget, go check out the podcast.
Thank y'all so much for being here, and I appreciate every single one of you guys for being a part of my show. Please be sure to check out my wrestling podcast, Down for the Count, with my girls, and of course, the personal podcast with the entertainment, pop culture, and news of the KTT podcast. Like I said before, we have pop culture that we just love to talk about. Okay, pop culture includes any and all celebrity news. I have the Red Rum True Crime series where I talk about all of the stories in the news that have to do with murder and anything very, very high profile in terms of murder. And of course, we have Am I the Asshole Fridays and Twitter stories. That includes my personal recap of the SBC chat and of course, some Reddit Am I the Asshole stories that need my advice, honey, because I just love to talk. So, if you love me, please do me a favor, run on over there and follow both of my podcasts, because the wrestling podcast is where it's at when it comes to the wrestling. The girls always got it handled on that front, but y'all, my other podcast is my personal baby, and I really want it to pop off. So go over there and follow both of them. They're both available on Spotify, and don't forget to rate, comment, and subscribe, and I will see you guys in our next one. Bye.